Okay, we are making a continuation of our last video where we looked at joints and disjoint sets. So today we are going to also to handle more about this. It is a topic that is following the disjoint set, as we promised and said that we shall be making a video about this, so that we can be able to move at one pace. So we are making a continuation of set. We are still in set concepts, where we define the set in our recent lessons. We also talked about the union of sets, the intersection sets, and we demonstrated with examples, and we also calculated numbers to prove or to show that this is a union of set, or this is an intersection of a set. We also looked at the disjoint and the joint sets with well demonstrated examples. So please, if you missed out our lessons and you are not attentive, please be able to go back. We have put these videos on the YouTube, so be able to check out and continue with us. So we are going to look at empty sets. This is a continuation of our topic. So also here we also need to understand, when we talk about empty sets, what are we really meaning? Okay, so when it comes to your minds, you have to be able to understand if it is empty. From the word empty, as simple as that, empty, that means there is nothing within it. It is just what? It is just empty. So here we are defining an empty set as a set with no members. It is just a set with no members, or it's a set without elements, a set without object, a set without items, something of that kind. So that's what you have to be bearing in mind when we are talking about empty sets. Then we have various examples, and in these examples that we shall be looking at, we shall demonstrate, we shall calculate these examples such that we can be able to understand. Now look here, in this example that is being given, we are given an example here. Part A, we have a set A. Okay, we also have another set. Another set is called the Q. So you can see in our set A, we are having various statements that clearly shows that that set is empty. For example, we have our set A here. We have our set A here, and this set, if you can be able to see this statement, they are saying in our set A there is a car which cannot fly. There is a car. There is a car which can fly, like a helicopter. That is a live example. In our set A, there is a car which flies like a helicopter. So in real sense, we have to understand. We are trying to make I'm trying to make you understand an empty what? An empty set. If you have a car that flies like a helicopter in real life, do we really have it? Do we really have it? Yeah, if there's someone who has ever moved in it, at least you raise up a hand, I can be able to see you. Okay, so in real life we see there is nothing like a car flying like a helicopter. All right, so that means we shall be able to identify this set as what? As an empty what? As an empty set. So in writing an empty set, we can show this into various ways. That is through use of simples. Okay, so if we are to write these simples using showing that this is this is an empty set. Okay, let me demonstrate it here very well so that everyone can be able to see it. We are dealing with with empty. We're dealing with empty sets. Okay, so this is this is empty set. So I was saying, for it to be able to demonstrate and show someone that this is an empty set, we use simples. We use simples like you draw this, and then you do you cancel it, something like a Q. Then also another simple you can use is this, something like that. Okay, so we can say this is an empty set, or we can even use these brackets showing nothing in them that clearly identify that is an empty set. All right, so according to simples, and they say show that one is an empty set, we should be able to use such a simples for us to identify and understand that is an empty set. Okay, so to go back into this, okay, let's look at another example here. Okay, when you look at this, we also have another set. That set is called the K. The set K is here. The set K is having these elements or these items. They are saying animals which lay eggs. Okay, animals that do that are laying eggs. So in simple term, there is no any animal that can lay eggs. So automatically we have to consider that as an empty set. So we should be able to use the simples that I've demonstrated for you to show that is an empty set. Hope we are moving at one level. Okay, also let's look at another example, which is a union and the intersection of intersection of sets. We have so far looked at this, a union and an intersection of set. This is just a recap, because from our recent lessons we were able to handle this and we exploited this more. Okay, so here we are just making like a revision of this, because we talked about union of sets and intersection of intersection of sets. So here we are saying that intersection of sets also involve called simples. Okay, then given the example here, as you can see, we are having our set A with the members or items or objects A, B, C, E, F, then G. Then also we have another set which is B with members B, D, E, F, G. Okay, so we said for us to identify these sets, we should be able to understand which members are of the same kind, of the same kind. So when we identify these members which are of the same kind, then we can be able to know whether this is an intersection set or this is a union of a union of set. So let's try to identify the members within this. Okay, our set A is having A, B, C, D up to G. Then our set B is having, okay, let me try this. Okay, let me try to show you here very well. demonstrate it here. We demonstrate it here. Let me get my pen. Okay, we are saying you have our set A. Okay, and our set A is having members. We have our A, we have our B, we have our C, we have a D, we have E, we have a G. Okay, these are our members which are in set what? In our set A. Then we also have another set which is B. Let's look at these members. We have D, we are looking at members who are in our set what? In our set. That are in our set what? In our set. Set B. Okay, and in these members we have let me get a pen here. Okay, we have a member called B. Okay, B is there. Okay, we have E. Okay, we have F. Okay, we have G. These are the members that are in our set B. Okay, those are the members in our set G. So when you look at these members, we can first identify which members are in common. Okay, let's take these members which are common. We have A, do we have it here? We have a B, do we have it here? Yes. We are going to take out these members which are in both sets. We have a E here, we also have it here. We have a D here, also have it here. Then we also have which other one? Okay, so we can see that our A intersection B is having these members. Okay, we have a B, and we have a D, we have a E. Okay, we have also a G. Okay, these are the members that are in common. So here we can be now able to identify these common members within our set. Okay, so now there we can be able to say this is what? This is an intersection of what? An intersection set. Alright, let me try to rub here. Let me try to rub our board. Let me try to rub our board to be clean. Alright, now here we can move on to another category of what? Another category of sets. We have looked at intersection of what? Intersection of sets. Then here let's look at the union of what? The union of sets. So in the union of sets, we see using our symbol, which is U, simplifying a union of what? A union of sets. So with our example which is given, we can see we have an example here. We have P is equal to this bracket and also this bracket, then another bracket which is inside. So for us to identify that that is a union of a set, to identify that P and Q are union of sets, we should be able to see if our set P is equal to this and our set Q is equal to this. So for us, we have to bring all these members together such that we can be able to see all the members that are in this set. So in that way we